Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another video. Over the last few weeks I have been enjoying this little game here. It's called Just King. It's a very funny game. It has very cool pixel arts for its characters, and I just wanna play this game for a round and show you guys how it works, so you maybe enjoy it too. It's up on Steam for just a few bucks, or on other platforms where you can buy those games, and it's just in early access. But just this morning I saw that there has been an update and we got some new items and we got some new stages on the map, and I found it very cool because I really like it when these early access games get a lot of updates. You can see that improvement is going on, and so I now wanted to do a video about it, and I would say we just jump into a game. And the game is all about that you choose a zone where you want to play. For this video I will play Zone 1, it's the Trumwood Forest, and here we will be facing some spore featured enemies, but I'd say we just jump right into it. For those of you that are looking for challenges, there are a lot of different challenges in this game that you can work on. As I've said, over the last few weeks I've been playing this game and I've been really enjoying it, so I got a lot of these achievements already, but I'm still missing some of them. But as I was saying, let's jump right into it. We will go into the Trumwood Forest. So the game is all about that you have to protect your king with heroes, and then you also have to win against the boss on the map. What I do really enjoy, and this is why I like to go over it a bit slower today, is because, as I've said, they just did an update, there have been new items to the game, and I find it really cool. So first of all, I really like these arts of these different heroes that we can play. I like these pixel arts, and the king itself, you can see here on the king, it has its health there, 50 health, and it's good at deep pockets of charisma and what the hero is bad at. This counts for every hero that you can pick, and if you hold shift you will see more details about your character that you are looking at. For example, the king has the slap ability, it deals 2 damage, the damage is shame. And then we have the Precious Presence, and the King's Presence is so precious that nearby allies are periodically healed for 1. And just look at that face. I mean, come on, that's super cool. I really like these jokes in these games. And then we have the Majestic Benevolence, and it says boosts morale with Royal Charisma, healing 5. Yes, it is just gold, but it heals all the same. And here on the right side you can see the cooldowns of those abilities. This will be interesting when we combine it with certain items. So for example, the Slap has a 2-second cooldown, the Precious Presence has 5 seconds, and the Majestic Benevolence has a cooldown of every time a wave ends. When we start this game we have to pick our first hero. You can see that you have 4 slots. You have the front, the back, the right and the left hero, and the front hero always indicates towards your mouse cursor. So what we want to do is, what I like to do when I start a run, as I've said, I've been playing it for several weeks now, is check out the starting items that we get. On every run that you start new, you get some free items for the start. For example, here we have the Golem Hand, and it says it gives the person that wears this Golem Hand 2 additional armor. And then we have this new item, I don't know this one. It's the Burning Plate. It says gain 5% damage every time you get damage, and it stacks up to 125%. It's an enrage ability, and I find it really cool as they are getting these new mechanics into the game. Just maybe a week ago it was not that many items, and I started to feel bored after a few weeks, and also because I was working on a lot of those achievements, and at some point I got them. It was still really nice to play just for a round, as they are not that long, but after a few weeks I felt a bit bored. But now with this new update I find it really cool to play again and check out these new items. And as I was saying, it's still in the early access, there's still a lot of room of improvement, and I find it really cool what they are putting into here. And yeah, I'd say we check this one out. So we have the Enraged, the Burning Plate, and now we have to think about the hero that we want to pick for the start. And yeah, the Enrage ability is something that, for example, the Berserker has. It has the ability of Enrage, as you can see here, that if the Berserker takes a certain amount of damage, he becomes immortal, he gains 200% of haste, and he leaves the party because he goes completely enraged. and he deals a lot of damage. And then after a few seconds he heals for a certain amount and he returns back to the party. And then there's a certain cooldown on Enrage. It's a very powerful ability, but it also has its downsides, as depending on how far you are away from the Berserker, he has to run back. He has to run through maybe a lot of opponents, as they are always going to a direct line back to you, and then he might die on the way back. But I find it really cool with the Burning Plate to just go for a full Enraged Berserker here, so we will go for this one. And we will equip him with the Burning Plate for the start, and the Golem Hand can go to our king. When we then start the run, you can see that this is the map. You have to start on the bottom, and you have to work your way up here to the boss and defeat this boss. On the way there are these normal stages. You can see we have to defeat 2 waves of enemies. Then there are these question marks. These are non-combat interactions where you can get additional items, find items and stuff like this. These skulls here are elite waves. It's a hard combat of 3 waves of strong enemies, but the rewards are higher than on the normal combat stages. And these got newly added to the game. I've been playing this spot just once so far. It says defeat 4 waves of enemies from a mysterious land. Anyone under the light of the blood moon is stronger. I find it really cool, as we are working with a lot of different areas in this game now, and I say we just jump right into it. So for the start I like to keep my options open, so I like to start here in the middle, as I will go for at least 3 of those normal combats as on every step, but here after the second one I will have the option to either choose to go to the elite wave or to go to this non-combat interaction or to this elite wave. So let's start here. You can see that the king is in the middle. I can control it with WASD, and my Berserker, as I placed him on the front, is always looking at my cursor. There's the first enemy, and now they are fighting. And I like these interactions. You can see these small attributes under the health bar of my Berserker. This shows the stacks of the Burning Plate, and now you can see that he went Enraged, he leaves the party, and he goes completely Berserk. Very cool character, I really like it, and the Burning Plate seems super fun. It will be interesting with other heroes. So we finished the first wave. You can always see the MVP of this run, and then you can see how much gold you have earned this run. This will be important now, as we are now in the shop, and here we can buy 3 items, 3 different items. You can see it gives plus 25% haste, it gives 25% damage, and here we have different heroes that we can add to our area, I'd say, and we can lock it, so everything here stays the same for the until we come back to the shop again. We can lock it, and we can also re-roll every option that we have in here. Now what I do have to explain is that every hero has a subtype or type. For example, here you can see that the Archer has Hot Hands and Rusher, or our Berserker, for example, has Frenzy and Haste. Here on the left side you can see synergies. For example, we have 1 Berserker with Frenzy and Haste, so we have 1 point in Frenzy and 1 point in Haste. And here you can see what it does. First of all, the tier is locked so far. We need +1 hero for the next tier. So if we would get another Berserker, for example, we would unlock the Frenzy and the Hasty tier. What does it do? You can see here on the first wave, each enemy kills gives the party 20% more damage and 10% more speed, more running speed. And this is on the first stack. If we would then have 4 Berserkers, for example, you can see that it goes up to 30% and 15% movement speeds. It stacks up to 5 or even 6 times, depending on which tier we have unlocked. Super cool, very powerful. This can really get out of hand. The Hasty tier says gives the party 25% haste, and on the last stage it gives 50% haste. These numbers will become colored as soon as we have them unlocked. Haste helps your heroes attack and cast spells more often, so it's like a cooldown improvement. And yeah, overall it's nicely done, and it really helps out a lot to understand the game, to understand the mechanics. Just give yourself a bit of time here in the shop and you will find out yourself. What I like to do, as I know that the first 2 waves are still very easy to beat, I don't buy anything in here except for the fact if I would see a Berserker here, for example, and so I always go for the next stage. You can see that we have now less options as we have decided for a certain path here, and now the others are blacked out. We will go for the next combat, and with every stage that we get further, the waves get stronger. You can see here now that now 2 monsters are spawning. They have the Spark Skin ability that reduces damage taken once to 1. Now my Berserker went and Rage, and now he has his cooldown on the ability, but we are still good to go. What I do like is when I'm playing with Berserkers, I also like to add healers to my team, as they will keep my Berserker alive. And yeah, what else can we do? You can go into the continue button and check your options where you want to go next, but you can also go back to the shop. So a very powerful combo is to add the Imp to the team. It's dealing with high health enemies, as its normal attacks apply burn to your opponent. It's a damage over time ability, and yeah, you can always quickly read the description. It's good at dealing with high health enemies, but it's bad at dealing with enemies swiftly. And yeah, so I don't want to reset as every reset here costs 1 gold, and gold is really limited in this game. You really have to play with your resources. The good thing about when I add my Imp to the team is that I get the Hasty ability unlocked first. You can see it's unlocked now, and now you can see that the 25% is now colored, and now my troops have additional haste. It's pretty cool, so I'd say we jump into the next action. I want to look for these non-combat interactions here. And yeah, so we just join in. You can see how the army always, or the team adjusts to where my cursor stands. Berserker goes in rage, doing a great job here. These, oh yeah, okay, now he died. As these bards are dealing music when I get hit with these tunes of them. And you can see how the dot applies to the opponent and is slowly ticking it down. It keeps stacking, it's very powerful. But now I do have to survive this run here, and this will be interesting. If my Imp dies, I'll be in trouble. I'm not that fast at running, so there will probably a few auto attacks coming in. But so far, the additional haste from having 2 hasty heroes really helps, and this shouldn't be a problem. But you can see you can pretty quickly die here with the Berserker, as it's not that resistant as you might have thought. This is why I like to play with the Cleric. It's a typical healer as you know him, and it might be worth to go for him, as I would like to win this run. Yeah, I will go for the Cleric here. I will do a few rerolls now, as I want to get my team set up. For now, we are having Hasty completely unlocked. We have 4 heroes with haste, as the clerics are heavenly and hasty. So we are now at 50% additional haste, and you can see that it really helps out the team. And I want to keep it like that for now. In the perfect scenario, I will find another Berserker, then I will throw the Imp out, as we are now at 1 Frenzy and we are at 1 Hot Hands. So these are still locked. But due to the fact that we found 2 clerics, Heavenly is unlocked now. Heals, what our clerics will do, will give our team, or the person that got healed, 1 additional armor and 35% of additional damage. This will last for 5 seconds, and it doesn't stack with itself, but it's a nice consistent income of additional power. So now we will go for some of these non-combat interactions. You're always getting this little text here, and then you get certain options. Now we are having no option at all. We have to use this one, and then we get rewarded with additional gold here. That's cool. So there are still a lot of non-combat interactions here, but I would like to show you the Blood Moon Rises, as it is a completely new feature. And after the Blood Moon Rises, we can still go back to one of the non-combat interactions. So we will go there soon. But first, we have 9 gold, I want to spend it, and I'm hoping to find more heroes. Over the time you will realize that there are heroes that can still help your team out, and you just have to go for them. Oh, there's the additional Berserker. We will just throw in our Imp. When you sell your Imp, you can feed it and then you get tokens. These tokens can be used to upgrade your heroes. As you can see, the Berserker is currently level 1 and the highest level it can reach is level 3. But for each level up you need 3 tokens of the type of the hero, so either Frenzy or Hasty, or you can mix them up, it doesn't matter. And then you are able to upgrade it to higher levels. For example, you can see here that on level 3 he gains the Blood Boil ability, and when he gets hurt he deals 5 damage to all enemies in a radius of 1.5. This is very powerful when he gets enraged and runs into a group of units and then they hit him. They cannot kill him because he is immortal, and then he deals a lot of damage back from the Blood Boil ability. We will equip our Golem Hand to the new Berserker that we just got. We will try to go for another reset. Perfect, we found another Berserker, so we will just throw him in here, in the Maw. And then we will use 1 Frenzy and 2 Hasty to upgrade this Berserker here to level 2. You can see that his health went up from 30 to 37, his damage is now from 6 to 7, and so on and so on. So this is basically how it all works, and now we will go for the Blood Moon Rises. So everything that is in here is stronger, so we have to move with the Blood Moon to be stronger, but we also have to look out for our opponents not getting into it. Yeah, our Berserker is really going crazy. The Burning Blade item is so cool. Ooh, okay, so now the opponents are having imps. Okay. Our Berserker of us went Berserk. Both are on cooldown now. We have 4 waves to win against here. You can also dodge a lot of these missiles that, yeah, from some time on it's just muscle memory, and then you're getting really strong. We have a really strong team at the moment, and these are very annoying opponents as they summon these little wolves which just block your projectiles depending on your team, and yeah, they're consistent enemies. Ooh, we found a legendary item. We found Heaven's Fervor. It deals plus 150% damage. This is really powerful, and we got 7 gold out of this run. Found another Berserker. Perfect. We will immediately throw him into the Maw, and this thing will be equipped to our strongest Berserker. You can see that all of the improvements, for example from the Heaven's Fervor here, plus 150% damage, is also displayed on the hero as soon as it is equipped. You can see that his damage went up from, is now at 17.5, and before it was at 7. So a huge improvement here. This is really strong. And you can see that the farther you get in the run itself, the more items you will unlock here in the shop. So far, these early items aren't that interesting and not that helpful, just in some scenarios, but I like to play for higher levels and find higher level qualities of items. Okay, double imp, this would be cool. But this can be interesting, because this thing here improves the healing by 25% of the unit that it is wearing. And it summons a totem. Summon a 15% health totem that heals nearby allies for 1 per second for 20 seconds. This can be really powerful, especially with Berserkers, because sometimes the clerics aren't able just to keep it up as they are taking so much damage when they are running into an opponent. And the Vine Ring is also one of the newest items that just got added today, I think. I just did the update today, so I think I'll buy it and test it out. And now we have to decide if we want to go for another Blood Moon, or if we want to go for one of these non-combat interactions. I want to show the non-combat interaction again, as yeah, now we have more options. You can always read this little text here. It's very cool. It tells a little story and gives you the option to do different things. We can ignore the crowd and move on. We try to intercept the fruits and stealthily throw the loot into the bard's hand. I think I wanna intercept the fruits here. We got 3 hasty tokens and we got 4 gold, super dope, as we can use the hasty tokens to max out our Berserker here, and now it has the Blood Boil ability improved, and you can see the damage of the Blood Boil ability also went up since we equipped this item, so he's very strong now. And what I would like to do now is work a bit more on our clerics. maybe we will find some more of them. So when you buy a hero, it always costs 3 gold to buy them, but if you immediately throw them into the maw, it just costs 2 gold, keep that in mind. And yeah, we just have 2 gold left, so I will just move on from here. Here we find a treasure, and you find a valuable chest with some treasure. Go ahead and open it. We open it, we found 4 gold, and we found the Obsidian's Hammer. Wow. This thing just got reworked. Before it had different abilities, but now it has the Thundercaller. It deals 25 to 5 damage to the closest enemy based on how close they are. The closer, the more damage. Wow, okay. This is super cool. As we are adding range attacks. Oh, Ordison's Hammer. I have to correct myself here. And it's super cool as they are now adding this whole new variety of items. They changed them, and I really like what's going on here. This guy is also new, the Cook. When sometimes the scenario happens, as we just had it earlier, that I started to play with the Imp and then I decided against the Imp again, I have the Hot Hands token in here and it doesn't do anything for me now. And this was before the update. It was just laying there and it was dead for the whole run, since you are not playing with that team constellation anymore. But now you can throw the token into the chef here and he cooks something for you. For example, the cheesecake gives plus 10% damage and 10% haste. And now we feed it to our Berserker here. Now he's at 160% of damage, 150 from this and just from this cheesecake, and 10% additional haste. One of the best items in the game is now in the shop. It's the Golden Harpies banner. It gives the unit that it's carrying 25% haste, and in addition to that 25% haste to the whole party. This is something that we will definitely buy and equip it to one of our healers. You can see that his haste is now improved by 50%, 25% because he's wearing it, and 25% for the whole party. And now you can see on other characters in the party, plus 25% haste from the banner here. Also for our very strong Berserker so far. And I think we can do another reroll here. Sadly didn't find anything. This item is also new. Enemies that die drop a collectible heal 1 and gain 15% for 30 seconds up to 150%. This is huge. I want this one for our Berserker. But he's already wearing 3 items, he's very strong right now, but this would be dope as when he's fighting in the opponents and he heals himself, that would be super dope, as our clerics wouldn't have to do that much work anymore. But I guess, yeah, okay. We will go for the next one. We can go for a non-combat interaction, or we can go for combat here. I think I want to go for a non-combat interaction. And this is super dope. We can Thief Sprawl from the shadows, and the leaders announces, put the money in the bag. What do you do? Don't let them take my crown. And we could crush the thief in a bear hug. Shoot first. I do wanna crush the thief in a bear hug. Ah, okay, we got 4 gold and an item. On Frenzy, plus 20% health to the whole party. And if we place it on a left unit, it gives plus 50% heal to the whole party. Alright, your spontaneous show of intimacy when faced by aggression resonates as a brilliant response to the Hedgehog's dilemma. Presented, sometimes you have to throw yourself into another's spikes for them to understand the pain they cause and how that is. Okay. Everyone hugs and goes on their way. Okay, alright. Color Lily. I don't think that the item is that great for our party constellation. I mean, we could just place this frenzy guy here on the left, so we will have 20% more health for the whole party. Let's see, we have 44 on our Berserker here, and now he's at 52.8. That's not too bad. And due to our healing gets improved, it improves the healing from the Enrage and also from our clerics, so I guess the item ain't that bad. So we can sell the gloves here, and we can do some more rerolls. This item is super powerful on the Berserker as he goes super fast, and it is a lifesteal ability. It heals for 1 on every hit. It's actually super dope. but our Berserker is so stacked I don't wanna change items on him right now. Ooh, this is perfect. A Cleric. And now we can give him another level up. You can see that his stats improve, his heal also improved. And yeah, I want to reach level 3 with this guy, as one time per wave he can resurrect a fallen ally, and this happens pretty often with the Berserker. So hopefully I will get him to level 3 until we face the boss here. But now I'm really stoked about... Ah, there's the totem that heals, alright. There was the hammer ability, also super cool. Now we are kicking off. You can see here on the upper right is a kill counter from the frenzy ability, because we have 2 Berserkers. Wow, wow, this was super dope. Yeah, you can really see how they go in rage. The totem is doing quite some work. I don't know how close we have to be for it to be super efficient, but yeah, this was a fast win. Just see the MVP stats here of our Berserker. Super cool. Ooh, there's another burning plate. But I don't think that another one will be necessary here. I would like to find more improvements for the level of my heroes. The Rune Saber on right, 30% damage for the whole party on right, 20% speed and 75%. Wow, this is also super dope. I think I will just buy this one. Let's go for a fun run here. Oh, I don't know this one. Blazing Helmet plus 250% damage, minus 80% health. Wow, okay. This item seems funny. And yeah, but overall, let's go for the next wave. Now we have only normal combat interactions left, so I don't think that these runs will be too hard. The totem gets immediately attacked, shows that we do have to protect it, but with the Berserkers that won't be a problem. It forces us to kind of play at a certain area, but it won't be too hard for us. We're getting super fast as the frenzy skill buffs us up, and yeah, our units are just dealing a lot of damage. What I do like about the totem is that it distracts the units sometimes, and that's also helpful. We are not finding that many units. Now we found something to improve one of our other Berserkers, but we are getting closer and closer to the boss stage. Gain 5% damage every 3 seconds indefinitely. Wow, okay. 5 gold. I do have 4. I want that item. I want it on my Berserker. Every 3 seconds. This can be super dope when we are fighting the final boss. Yeah, let's give it a try. Maybe we will have to replace the burning plate, as the burning plate is limited, but the left hand is not limited. So as you can see, I just locked this what we found here in the shop, so it doesn't get re-rolled, and now we will go for the next stage before we attack the final boss here. Would like to find some more cleric upgrades. Okay, there's our totem. Super fun, yeah. I really like the new additions to the game. Now our strongest Berserker is going in rage. Okay, now we have enough gold to buy the left hand, and I'm really excited about how this is going to work out. This would sell for 2 gold. Can I buy anything in here? Okay, there's another burning plate. But we do already have one, I can just place it on this Berserker for now. Nothing else in here, there's another hammer. Not the best drawers in here. And if we buy this one, we would have to sell... I think we do need to sell the Vine Ring here just to be able to buy a Frost Witch for another haste token, so we can max out this cleric here, so he can resurrect now, which will help if our main Berserker will die, or would die. And now we are going for the boss fight. And yeah. Ooh, these guys are very strong. They just spawned, but the Berserker just took care of them. Super dope. Okay. Team is healed up. Berserker cooldown is started now. Oh, they are captains. Captains are super, also very strong, as they can buff their allies and then the damage really gets out of hand. You have to be fast with that. You can see here on the upper screen the current race that we are at, and now we are about to fight the boss. You can see the stacks from the new item that we just bought, as it's now at 15 stacks. And should get out of that one, as it really deals a lot of damage. Yeah, doing good so far. We can trigger the Berserker ability anytime by just letting our Berserkers stand in the circle. Oh, good, we will just do it. Alright, they are going Berserk now. Now he spawns some allies. Be dangerous here. Okay. Now we are at 27 stacks. Super dope. Burning Plate is also stacked. I think the next circle we can take the hit again to enable the Berserk mechanic. Yeah. And now see how the health bar of the boss is rushing down. Super cool. Oh, okay, but now he got indestructible while he is casting his allies. Our cleric's doing a great job keeping our Berserkers alive. And there we go. We just won this run. Our Berserker here is the MVP. Kargan's left hand, or Karglar's left hand, did a great job. Heaven's Fervor was also doing a lot of work. Obsidian's Hammer might be an item that we could replace, but when you look at the damage, it's really a lot. And overall, pretty cool party constellation. And yeah, this was our first run. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think I really enjoy sometimes posting new games here on this channel, and I am really interested in your feedback. I think with round about 30 minutes of gameplay here, it's a cool video. You can look at it, you can give a new game a chance. As I've said, it's out on many platforms for just a few bucks, and as I've said, I do really like how much work they are putting into it and how it looks like so far. And just with the newest update, there are a lot of new items, and I can't wait to experience them all and test them out in different troop constellations. And yeah, overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below how you liked it, and then I would say see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.